I think I'm gonna have to connect the trail some other way if I can. I'll just tell you guys, this trail does not get used very often because it's overgrown. It's kind of hard to find with all the leaves being down. Welcome back to the channel, guys. If you are new here, my name is jamiemccracken. Really appreciate you joining me on this next adventure. Today, I'm in Fall Creek Falls State Park in Tennessee. It's about 2 hours east of downtown Nashville, if you're familiar with the state of Tennessee. And it's gonna be a beautiful 25-mile loop backpacking trip. Now, I'm only going for an overnighter, so I'm staying tonight and I'll get back out tomorrow. But the reason why I'm starting here on the road, this is State Highway 284, and this is not usually how I start my videos, right? I'm on a freaking paved road, but I wanted to dial in what the course looks like for the Fall Creek 100. It's an ultramarathon race that happens here in December. You do 4 laps of this 25-mile loop that I'm currently on right now, so I kind of rounded the map myself, and I want to get a feel for it because I might enter the race. I'm not sure if I'm going to do the 50 or the 100 or if anything at all, but I wanted to get a feel for it to see what the course would be like, and we will be on trail in the forest very soon. So hope you guys will enjoy the video. It's gonna be a really fun 25-mile backpacking loop. Oh my gosh, guys, I screwed up. After I did the intro, I realized by looking at my map, I went the wrong way. I wanted to do this thing counterclockwise, so I wanted to knock out most of the miles today. So when I turned right at the stop sign, I should have turned left. So I'm retracing my steps. I mean, I was almost like a mile into this road walk. But the good thing is, this is actually a shorter road walk once we get back to the stop sign to get on trail. But dummy mistake. We'll see that part tomorrow. It is a shorter trek. It's only like 10 miles up to camp tonight if I go that way, but it's about 15 or 16 now if I go this way. Oh well, that's how the video's starting. Here we go. All right, this first section of trail is called the Upper Loop Trail, and I'm making my way up to Fire Tower Road. I think it's a few miles up here on the Upper Loop, and then I think we continue on the Upper Loop Trail, but it's been really well marked with these red and white blazes on the tree. You can definitely tell Hurricane Helene hit around here. Good bit of damage and debris around the trail. Trees down. I'm not sure what's from Hurricane Helene and what's not, but you can certainly tell this needs some maintenance in this section of trail, but it's not too bad. Beautiful fall day here in early October in Tennessee. The leaves are starting to change just a little bit, and it's only 75 or 76 degrees today, no humidity. The trail has been relatively easy, I would say. It's a long trek, but a little rolling. but we should only gain about, I think, 2,000 feet of elevation over the course of the 25 miles that I'm doing out here this weekend. So it's really not too bad at all. And we are coming up on the road crossing. Trail will be on the other side, and we'll continue on the upper loop. So over here is the road. I think it's called Fire Tower Road. So when I cross the road back there, I'm actually now on the Fire Tower Road, which is just basically this one lane rock road. And to the left of this road was the continuation of Upper Loop Trail. But for the ultramarathon that's here, this is the route that you'll take, and then we'll connect back over on the Upper Loop Trail. So basically we're just cutting off a small section of it to do a longer hike. But that's the whole point. They want to make sure it's like a 25-mile loop, so you can do it 4 times, making it a 100-mile race. So that's why they cut that upper loop off, because you really are chopping off a good section here and making it longer by doing this. Oh, it is gnat heaven up here on Fire Tower Road. All over my face, hovering my arm, and the bear spray, they must smell that. I mean, if they want it, they can have it. They'll die. Ugh. Seems like we've hit a pretty decent spot, but they're still swarming around me. I know you can't tell on camera. But yeah, lots of gnats up here on Fire Tower Road. Well, I had to turn around because once again I went about a half mile too far. So back here at this yellow gate and on up Fire Tower Road, I shouldn't have went up that way. Down here, it's kind of hard to see this, but right here is where the Upper Loop Trail continues. There's no signage or anything like that. But yeah, just know when you come up through here, you want to turn left. And now I'm back on the Upper Loop Trail. So I've done like almost 2 miles off trail, or off the route at least, that I want to do. So I think I'm about 7 miles in, but I've only done about 5 miles of hiking. Anyways, we're back on the loop, and now we'll connect and continue on here on the Upper Loop Trail. Hopefully get out of these gnats. I've had lots of gnats follow me on the Fire Tower Road. I've got some crappy news. This section is just completely overgrown. You should see what I had to go through back there. I don't know if this is doable. I don't have the right equipment to do this. I have shorts on. I feel like there could just be a ton of ticks. So this really stinks. Dang it. I think I'm gonna have to connect the trail some other way if I can. I don't really understand this, because if this is the route for the Fall Creek 100, there's a lot of maintenance to be done. I mean, I cannot even see the trail over there. And then look at this, like what I had to go through. Like this is, I don't know if it's showing up on camera or not, but you can barely tell. I don't even know if this can show up as a trail, but briars and everything. So yeah, I'm not sure what I'm doing. I'm gonna get myself back up on Fire Tower Road, get myself together and see what kind of route I come up with, but I just don't think this is passable, and I honestly don't think it's safe. Let's get a review of what I've done so far. So down here this morning, I turned left at the stop sign, went the wrong way. All the green is what I haven't done. So I turned back around, came up through here on the state route. That's State Route 284. Sorry if the glare is getting in the way. And then came over here, connected to the Upper Loop. This is all Upper Loop Trail. And then we came up here on the Fire Tower Road. And on the Fire Tower Road, we made it all the way up here. And this is where I'm at right now. And of course, I kept going over there which was the wrong way, and I had to once again turn back around. And this is where I got on the upper loop again, so that section right over here, which is super overgrown. And if you do the whole loop, you would connect on this trail. And this trail is, let's see here, it's the one that's not green or anything. It's so hard to tell because of the glare, but hopefully this will show up. It's this little dotted line over here. So I could follow that, and there's a backcountry camp number 3 back in there. But you can tell some of these trails have not been that well maintained this summer, and it's kind of hectic. I don't understand how they're gonna have the race on this if this is the correct route that I'm seeing on the website. So I'm going to look over this a little bit, and then I'll explain what I make a decision on. But this stinks. Well, this stinks. Big fail on my part, but I'm back on Fire Tower Road, retracing my steps once again. This is about a 2 mile hike back with a lot of gnats in my face, of course, like we had coming up here. But I think the only way we can do it is connect with the road down here where we crossed it, and then get over to the suspension bridge. And this really puts a damper on time. I was hoping to make it to backcountry site number 2 tonight to camp, so everything is up in the air now. So while it's a little bit of a damper and a little bit of a failure, this should be a lot of fun because it's completely unplanned. All right, made it back over to the road. I came back out over that way, and now I'm back on State Road 284, and I'm heading down and then hopefully to the suspension bridge. So I'm cutting off the portion, obviously, of the upper loop trail that connects with the lower loop, but down here at the suspension bridge we should be able to connect back on to the route I had. It's probably going to cut off 2 or 3 miles of what I was supposed to do. I'm thinking, we could still make it to camp tonight, or hopefully stealth camp somewhere, and if not, I'll turn around and call it a day. It's okay to do that too. It's been really nice though. I've not seen a single soul today hiking around, and it's just a beautiful fall day. So I'm going to enjoy the solitude and being with my thoughts and the weather and the birds and the nature. It's still fun. It's no big deal. The whole point of this was testing out a route, so sometimes you fail test. And I think that was the case today. Woo-wee. Okay, after about a 90-minute setback, about an hour and a half, retraced my steps from the Fire Tower Road, did some road walking on State Route 284, got back over here to the visitor center. Actually picked up a paper map, which was really cool. Love collecting those and looking at them, and was able to go across the suspension bridge and then onto the Woodland Trail, which is what I'm on right now, and we're back on the actual route that I planned, which I'm super happy about. So we cut out a decent section of what I was supposed to do, but I think we're going to be able to make it to backcountry site number 2 tonight, which has me excited, and at least fingers crossed. I hope that we're still going to make it up there. And the mood and spirits are kicked back in, but super happy to be back on trails. A lot of people enjoying the water right now down there. I can still hear them playing in the water. It's closer to 80 degrees now, probably, in the middle of the day, the hottest part of the day, but no humidity, so it just feels like a mild summer day. Really, really beautiful. I came off on a little spur trail here to come down to the Cane Creek overlook, and you've got 2 really beautiful waterfalls. One that is just kind of sputtering from the cliff, and then a big one, I think is the main Cane Creek Falls, that's roaring even in the beginning of October because we had a big rain dump from Hurricane Helene here in Tennessee. I'm gonna do another quick spur trail, Rocky Point Overlook, just 0.1, so 1/10 of a mile out here. It is 3 o'clock, so we're pushing time, but I want to get the most out of the trip, so let's go check out this overlook. Oof. I'm going to drop the pack right here so I can continue to climb down, and I'll just come back and get the pack after I climb up the rock. It's smarter, much smarter idea, because I already came down this steep thing. My pack weighs probably about 25 pounds, so. All right. Drop the pack here. All right, let's keep going. Keep the training poles up here too. Beautiful. Let's go over this way. See if we can get a cool view from over here. Oh, this is even better. Oh yeah. Wow. Absolutely gorgeous up here. Best view of the day. Well, we're back on pavement, but this is not an actual road. It's a bike path. This is called the Lake Bike Trail, properly named, I guess. And it takes you down to the lake. I'm not sure how far this goes, but I know I'm on the right track and the correct route. So that's a good thing. Well, the bike path didn't last too long because we turned right to go out to Fall Creek Falls, and we're back on the Woodland Trail. And we'll cross this bridge. A little bit of water flowing. I'm completely paranoid after rerouting a couple of times today. I just keep looking at my map. Am I on the right place? Am I on the right place? And we're good to go. You know what? I think I'm actually gonna get water back here because I'm unsure of where I'm gonna be able to filter anywhere else, and I definitely need some. I've only got 1 liter left and I'm pretty thirsty. So let's go back here and filter some water. That was a gorgeous view back there of Fall Creek Falls and the big hole. It looks like just a big old hole in the gorge. And now, speaking of the gorge, I'm on the Scenic Gorge Motor Trail. And it is a road, so more road walking. But I am following the Fall Creek 100 ultramarathon route, and this is correct. So before I come on here and talk anymore, I always check my map. That way I'm not retracing my steps again. But really beautiful overlook though back there, as I said. A lot of people, you can just drive up here obviously and park and walk 1/10 of a mile over and get that view. But it's always rewarding when you've actually hiked all day and you get the view. So we're going to continue on this trail, and then I'm not sure what this connects to, but I'll keep you updated. I connected over to the lower loop trail and I'm at Piney Creek Falls. This is a beautiful waterfall. All right, made it over to the Piney Creek suspension bridge now. Second suspension bridge of the day. That was a beautiful little pit stop in the evening to fill up on water and filter some down below that suspension bridge, the Piney, is it Piney Creek? I think the Piney Creek suspension bridge. And now, as you can tell, it's kind of getting dark because it's 5 o'clock p.m. and of course in the woods, it gets darker a lot quicker. So I am on the lower loop trail, following it up to backcountry site number 2 and hoping to find a nice little spot tonight to stealth camp up here. I didn't make any reservations because there's only a couple of spots here where you make reservations. Backcountry site number 1, number 2, number 3, there's no reservations. So I guess you just kind of pick your spot. And probably got about a mile, mile and a half, maybe even 2, not sure, to camp. So I'm gonna try to do this pretty quickly so we still have sun and can set up camp in the light. So this bridge has seen better days, that's for sure. Got a little bit of water flow down here. Goodness. I'll just tell you guys, this trail does not get used very often because it's overgrown. It's kind of hard to find with all the leaves being down. I mean, even though it's not even falling, the most of the leaves are still in the tree. It's pretty covered, and there's not as many markings. So this one is orange and white, and you only see one every, I don't know, a couple hundred yards. So sometimes it's kind of hard to find the trail, but I do have my route downloaded on my phone, so good to go. Almost to camp, and looking forward to chilling out for a little bit and going to sleep. It's been a long day. I'm at like 17 miles now, I think. So, all right, made it up to the junction. Tomorrow we will take the mountain bike trail down to the lake. But tonight we're gonna camp out here. So I'm gonna turn right, and I'm really hoping this is a decent backcountry site. I've made it out to the backcountry area. We've got 3 different sites. Guy, I guess, is solo over here, and I'm actually not going to be by myself tonight, which I'm pretty surprised at. But this is beautiful, a nice open area. Tomorrow, we will take the mountain bike trail, not this way, but we will take it back the way we came, except turning left. We won't turn left anymore to go back on the lower loop. We'll just continue on the mountain bike trail, and that'll take us down to the lake. And from there, we're going to wrap around the lake and make this a full loop. So really pleased with the latter part of the day and how we finish this thing off. And now I'm going to set up my tent and eat some dinner, and I'll tell you the stats and all those good things and the route that we did and all that probably inside the tent tonight. But for now, let's go set up the tent and make some food. I chose campsite number 4, tucked back in here. I just met that guy out there at campsite, I think 3. His name is Diggy, and he is a solo backpacker as well. He's fairly new to it. This is only like his 3rd or 4th trip. But I'm gonna go talk to him after I get my tent set up. He seemed really, really nice. He was starting a fire. I was like, "You're better than me. I've done hundreds of backpacking miles and I've not even started a fire." And we got this nice fire ring. Quick note though, this area is actually not open. So Diggy got permission from the state park rangers, and it was weird because I told him, I was like, well, I didn't want to admit this. I didn't say this on video, but now I'm going to because I feel comfortable doing it. But I was just going to stealth camp up here because when I got on the state park website, unlike some of the group sites and other like regular camping, you couldn't click on anything, like on any of the sites. It was unclickable, and it just said Area 2, Area 3 backcountry sites or whatever. And so I was like, oh, it must be just like open to anyone, first come, first serve. So I was a little worried because I was like, well, it looks like there's maybe only 1 or 2 spots. I was wrong about that because there's 4 spots up here. And, you know, I was like, I guess you don't reserve them. So I'm just going to come up and do my thing. And so I feel comfortable saying that now. And, you know, I don't think we're going to get in any trouble. And if they need money, I can obviously pay the fee and pay the site. But nonetheless, I'm going to set up camp now. This is going to be a great site tonight. All right, first things first, I need a snack. I have been hiking all day and haven't had really anything. I brought the Ursack, so this is bear proof. I don't need the bear can up here or anything like that. I got a nice sized bag of food with some backpacking meals, but right now I think I'm gonna have this egg white RX bar. So egg white, 6 almonds, 4 cashews, 2 dates. I love these things. This is a chocolate sea salt one. I'm gonna do that while I'm setting up my tent. Oh, I just need something in me. Oh yeah. Okay. Hat on backwards. Back to serious business. In case this is your first video watching me, I have the Nemo Hornet Osmo 2-person tent. These are the stakes, or this is not the stakes. This is the pole. It's just a pole. Looks like a bunch of poles, but comes across like this and it all snaps into place without even trying. Look at that. There we go. And I'm not doing a footprint tonight. I'm gonna have the base set up, no footprint underneath, no ground sheet. Should be good. By the way, this is the Flex Tail. It weighs like 7 ounces. It's amazing. Don't have to waste your breath on blowing up your sleeping pad. I'll do the same thing for my Nemo Philo pillow as well. So I love this thing. Flex Tail. Oh, the sun has set and I got camp set up just in time. There is the Nemo Hornet Osmo 2-person tent. I'm not going to put the rain fly on it tonight. Maybe we'll get to see some stars. It's a lot darker than what it looks like on this camera right now. And I also, for the first time, am not using my ground sheet / footprint. So nothing underneath the tent, but this is Osmo material and it's really good. It's basically like Dyneema. And I don't expect any rain tonight, so we're good to go. I'm gonna put my backpack inside too. I still gotta blow up the Nemo Philo pillow, but this is camp. Looks great. Got the sleeping bag fluffing out, and gonna go over and talk to Diggy and have some dinner as well. So very happy about how this turned out. Great day.
I love when I see anyone that has a passion for something like that. Like whatever it is, even if it's something I'm not interested in. Just
I got my contacts out, got the glasses on, ready to read and enjoy the rest of the night inside my tent. It's about 9 o'clock p.m. I've been reading some. I'm going to do some more reading here in a little bit. But I wanted to come over here and just say I had a good time with Diggy over at campsite number 3. He had a little fire going and all that. We had a great chat for about an hour and a half and looked at the stars. There's no light pollution out here, so it's just beautiful. But today I did 18 miles, just over it, and I did close to 1,600 feet of elevation gain. So it's really not that bad. Very rolling, elevation. So it's definitely doable from an ultramarathon standpoint. It's just all the bushwhacking that I had to do and some of the retracing of my steps and you know, a little section, a little 3 or 4 mile section that I'm still kind of sad about that we couldn't do, just because it was so overgrown. And hopefully they'll get that cleared up, because the Fall Creek 100, the ultramarathon race that I've been talking about and potentially doing, is in just a couple of months. So they've got some work to do out here for sure. But nonetheless, it was a fun day, and I will see you guys in the morning when we finish up this 25-mile loop. Although it's going to be like 30 miles at this point because of all the detours and everything else, but all good. All right, guys, see you in the morning. Good night. Well, good morning. Day 2 here at Fall Creek Falls State Park. I packed up, got everything out of camp this morning. It is just past 8:30 and I have hit the trail, and I'm already back at the trail junction. Of course, yesterday we came up from the lower loop down there, went way back there and set up our tent for the night. And now this morning I'm starting on the mountain bike trail going this way. And I think we have about 8 or 9 miles to go of trail, and then we'll do about a 1 mile road walk on State Route 284 to get back over to the car. But yeah, we're gonna begin the day on the mountain bike trail before we connect to another one. I'm really looking forward to it and finishing up this trip. It's been an interesting one. We'll say that. But I got some pretty good sleep last night, and it was very, very peaceful back there. Really nice backcountry site that they have here in Fall Creek Falls. Definitely recommend it. All right, this is a mess. My goodness. Been hiking about 3 miles on the mountain bike trail and just came out to a section right here. Got like a little dam, and I'm gonna continue on the Piney Creek mountain bike trail over here, and then I will connect with the Gilbert Golf Loop Trail. So that's the next trail we're connecting to, but still this is part of the mountain bike trail. Just a short way up this paved path, and we're hopping right back on the mountain bike trail. Probably have a couple more miles before we hit the Gilbert Golf Loop. This looks really pretty though. I am off the Piney Mountain Bike Trail, and now I'm about to hit the Gilbert Gall. So not the Gilbert Golf, as I've been calling it, but the Gilbert Gall. I don't know why I keep calling it golf. Maybe it's because it's around a body of water, but just cross the road right there, and now we're gonna head back into the woods and connect over this way. So this trail, the Gilbert Gall Trail that I'm on right now, is also pretty wide, similar to what we just got off of, which was the Piney Creek Mountain Bike Trail. So you're not gonna really have a lot of problem coming through here. Pretty wide trail, semi-flat, and the mountain bike trail there at the end was single path or single track, and a little bit uphill for sure, but both of them are very moderate, and actually I would say easy in the sense of hiking. All right, I've made it down to the lake. The Gilbert Gall Trail continues this way, and when I come around the bend over here, we're gonna get a really cool wide shot of the lake. So let me get over here. I'm not even gonna cut, just showing you how the trail is. So come around, look at that. It's like glass this morning, just like a piece of glass. Beautiful. Well, I've stopped here for a beautiful view of the lake, and the lake does have a name. I've got the paper map here. It is called Fall Creek Lake. So very simple, very basic. I should have known it's probably called Fall Creek Lake because we're at Fall Creek Falls State Park. But nonetheless, Fall Creek Lake, absolutely beautiful. This is an awesome way to finish up this trip, by the way. We still got a little bit to go, obviously. We still probably got a couple miles around the lake and then a little road walk, but people out there enjoying the water early on this Sunday morning in early October. Oh, just beautiful, absolutely stunning. So if we look at the map, I'm not going to go over my entire route because it's a little confusing on this paper map that the state park gave me, but way up here, it's not even marked. This is the Piney Creek, this orange thing right here is the Piney Creek Mountain Bike Trail, which is what we came down today. And I was up here somewhere camping. Actually, it was further out on the edge, so probably right around here is where I was camping last night. Then we kind of came down, and now we are looping around Fall Creek Lake, and that'll take us back out to state route or state road 284 to get back to the car somewhere over here. It's very hard to, the map is not to scale, so it's kind of hard to understand. But point is, I was camped way up over here. Yesterday we went all the way out to this Fire Tower Road, then we had to retrace our steps because I could not get over here on the upper loop trail, which is not even marked on the map, and for good reason, to be honest, because that is crazy. But it's kind of what we've done so far. We're gonna finish up today. Oh boy. Six miles to go. I've looped around the lake, and now I'm on the other side. I was on that side, looped around. Now we're over here. Just my favorite part of the hike so far. It's definitely my favorite section of the hike. Coming up on the part of the Gilbert Gall loop trail where you can continue on and it loops. or you can hit this link trail to the left, which is the way I'm going, and this will connect me over to the base of Falls Trail, which will be the last trail of the day before we hit State Route or State Road 284. We'll still be along the lake, Fall Creek Lake, I believe, but this is a little link connector over to the base of Falls Trail. We got a new blaze color, pink. That's cool. If you're not a backpacker and you just like the day hike, if you come to Fall Creek Falls, I cannot recommend the Gilbert Gall Loop enough. This around the lake has been just fantastic. Of course, I'm off the Gilbert Gall Loop right now. I'm actually on the base of Falls Trail, but I'm still kind of just like looping around the lake. I would look up that on any of the hiking apps that you may have, Gaia, All Trails, whatever, and just do that. It's a great day hike for sure around here around the lake. It's beautiful, single track trail, and the water is just incredible. It's a huge lake, Fall Creek Lake is. So just a recommendation in case you're not a backpacker or if you're just in the area and want to do a day hike. Well, that's it for Fall Creek Lake. We're leaving the lake behind. We're continuing on the base of Falls Trail right now, and we've got about 1.5 miles to go up this thing. We'll hit State Road 284 and do a little road walk to the car. It's been a fantastic trip despite all the ups and downs we had yesterday. Man, being back out backpacking, it never gets old. There's always something new, always a new challenge, always entertaining. All right, let's finish this thing up. Well, this is a problem. Guess we're gonna have to detour. That has been the theme of this trail though, a lot of detours. Let's try and cut right through here. Oh, all right. There we go. There's a lot of this park that needs some touch-ups. It needs a haircut, so to speak. Look at these beautiful leaves though that have fallen. Now this looks like fall. Wow. It is a beautiful day though. I mean, it's high 70s, maybe even 80 degrees, but no humidity again. It just feels like fall in Tennessee, baby. So nice. I'm at a trail junction. You can go up that way to a parking area, or we can connect with this link trail. We got to go to the link trail, and then we will connect with the road. And we've got like 1.5 miles left. So I can hear cars up to my left driving by. So this thing is about to be done. Woo! Made it up to the road. All right. I've got to cross over here, I believe, once these cars go by. Here we go. Made it back over to State Road 284. And we're heading to the right here. About a mile of road walk to get to the car. "30 miles of hiking, over 2,000 feet of elevation gain," and I'll put up the final stats from the trip right here so you can get a better gauge of what I did, because we had a lot of ups and downs yesterday, but today, day 2, was amazing. Basically, we spent most of the day hiking around Fall Creek Lake, which you'll see that section on the map right here, and it was just gorgeous. I mean, there's probably, I think 6 or 8 miles of lake hiking. I absolutely loved it. And what's crazy is I only saw one person on trail over the last couple of days here, and that was Diggy. And I didn't even see him on trail. I saw him up at camp last night. So incredible to pretty much be alone and completely solo out here, with the exception of when I got to the falls and the overlook where you can, drive out and see this stuff without hiking and stuff. But nobody on the trail. So a lot of fun. Definitely some maintenance to take care of here for the rangers to take care of. I'm sure they'll do a great job of that. Tennessee always does a good job, I think, with the state parks. But despite some of the debris, we got around it. I had a lot of fun, and I definitely recommend Fall Creek Falls. Very, very beautiful almost any time of the year. So I got to drive back to Nashville. Got a 2-hour drive. I'm hungry. I'm ready to eat dinner. And, oh, by the way, I hiked for 5 hours today. So it's 1:18 p.m., so almost 5 hours. I missed that stat earlier. But anyways, I'm driving back to Nashville. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.